bet coming from Virginia Beach. And I'm going to read you something I wrote recently. Hope you enjoy it. It is called Serendipitousinsipiditydoodah. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, my title for this article, it has a purpose. And yes, it is designed to play off or parody the Mary Poppins movie word superfragilisticexpialidocious. According to Wikipedia, the roots of the word have been defined as follows: super, above; cali, beauty; fragilistic, delicate; expiali, to atone; and docious, educable, with the sum of these parts signifying roughly atoning for educability through delicate beauty. According to the film, it is defined as something to say when you have nothing to say. That film statement is clear enough without need for further explanation. But the first statement about atoning for educability through delicate beauty needs some clarification. To atone for something is to make amends or reparation. Educability means capable of being educated. So in other words, in order to make amends for being willfully ignorant and unnecessarily ugly as a result, these people use their vain imagination and threadbare intellect to paint an even more vain and threadbare beauty by expressing themselves with long, showy words which ultimately have no meaning. Now let's break down my word. Serendipitous, fortuitous happenstance; insipidity, without distinction, dull, flat, tasteless; and doodah, anything or name you can't remember or do not know. Putting it all together, my interpretation, a good luck event in your life which quickly proved to be so ordinary as to leave you with no memory of it. That being said, and joining it to superfragilisticexpialidocious, and to its meaning of having nothing to say, but saying it anyways, I come up with a sense of things I see too often today. Empty people talking anyways, and of course, without meaning. And the problem goes beyond the maxim, don't say anything if you don't have anything nice to say. It also goes beyond the idea of saying something mean or even something mean in spirit but right in fact. In reality, it goes outside reality in the sense that what too many are saying today is nonsensical. It isn't that they aren't smart or creative or industrious. It's just that they have gone so far outside the box of convention that they're no longer tethered to an established reality. Think about it. They have fortuitous happenstance break in on their lives, but it quickly evaporates, leaving them no good or bad aftertaste whatever, and therefore it leaves them nothing by which to remember it. First of all, there's no such thing as serendipity. There is a real God behind everything. But when your God is human nature or Mother Nature, and circumstances are happenstance for you, you are more than just incorrect factually, you are wrong dispositionally. When life becomes tasteless or bland, and happenings come and go in monotonous tone and regularity, it is easy to forget or repress distasteful memories. But what if I were to say to you, it's your own fault? How so, you might ask? God answers plainly. For God's holy wrath and indignation are revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who in their wickedness repress and hinder the truth and make it inoperative. For that which is known about God is evident to them and made plain in their inner consciousness, because God himself has shown it to them. For ever since the creation of the world, his invisible nature and attributes, that is, his eternal power and divinity, have been made intelligible and clearly discernible in and through the things that have been made, his handiworks. So men are without excuse, altogether without any defense or justification, because when they knew and recognized him as God, they did not honor and glorify him as God or give him thanks, but instead they became futile and godless in their thinking, with vain imaginings, foolish reasoning, and stupid speculations, and their senseless minds were darkened. That's Romans chapter 1, verses 18 through 21 in the Amplified Version of the Bible. Though the unredeemed cannot but speak askew about everything, what disturbs me most are those Christians who speak duplicitously with forked tongues from two streams exiting one faucet. Just because it is rational in verbal articulation does not make it sensical in godly expression. We Christians have a higher standard than the world. All you hear about there is express yourself and be all you can be, but that is ultimately as vaporous as ghosts if those expressions and beings are disconnected from endless life. Even many Christians are yet delusional because they do not feed enough on the Word of God. They speak out things they delusionally see as though everything they see were divine revelation, but alas, so much of it is just figments of imaginations. I used to joke by saying pigments of flatulations instead of the cliche, and though it is crude, I think it depicts more accurately in symbolic hue just how wrong it is to paint the sky with gaseous expression. Some Christians, in all fairness, are still in God's school of discipline, and for all I know, I'll be there again tomorrow for saying all this. But when your stream is opaque and your pipes are being flushed, sit down and be quiet. Stop being ignorant. Pick up a book and even a dictionary once in a while. Contrary to the stupid maxim that there are no stupid questions, there are. Questions asked about you, questions asked before you have enough fundamental information to ask the right questions are stupid. If you speak before you learn, you'll speak before your turn, and you'll misspeak. You'll say Serendipitousinsipiditydoodah as if you meant superfragilecalciferous, and it'll be a shibboleth to you. God bless.